good evening. Almost forgot to do. Well, I actually had a talk with a person who is an international person about the Biden, so I'm gonna read this one, even if it can be very difficult. 6 in 10 US adults doubt Biden's mental capability. A poll has found that a growing share of US adults doubt that 81 year old President Joe Biden has the memory and acuity for the job. Roughly 6 in 10 say they are not very or not at all confident in Biden's mental capability to serve effectively as president, according to a new survey by the Associated Press and ORC Center for Public Affairs Research. That's a slight increase from January 2022, when about half of those polled expressed similar concerns. Nearly 6 in 10 also say they lack confidence in the mental capability of former President Donald Trump, the 77-year-old Republican frontrunner. True. Both of them are probably not suitable anymore. Yeah. Nearly, for many voters, this year's election looks like a showdown for the world's toughest job between two men who are well beyond the standard retirement age. True. Just 38% of U.S. adults approve of how Biden is handling his job as president, while 61% disapprove. Democrats, 74%, are much more likely than Independents, 20%, and Republicans, 6%, to favor his performance. But there's a broad discontent on the way Biden is handling a variety of issues, including the economy, immigration, and foreign policy. About 4 in 10 Americans approve of the way Biden is handling each of these issues: healthcare, climate change, abortion policy, and the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. But people are less satisfied by Biden's handling of immigration, 29%, the conflict between the Israelis and the Palestinians, 31%, and the economy, 34%. Nearly 6 in 10, 57% Americans think the national economy is somewhat or much worse off than before Biden took office in 2021. Only 3 in 10 adults say it's better under his leadership. Many respondents to the survey were deeply pessimistic about their likely choices in November because of age and the risk of cognitive decline. Cognitive decline ですね。Because of both candidates' ages, Greg Olivo said he plans to focus on Vice President Kamala Harris and whoever Trump, if he's the nominee, picks for a running mate. True. Kamala can be very, very good. I sort of like her, which I actually don't learn what she does, but just, yeah, inspiration, yes. Keep a close eye on the vice president, said the 62-year-old from Valley City, Ohio, who voted for Biden in 2020 and would do so again, because that person will probably be the president in 4 years, one way or another. See? Yeah, discussion. What are your thoughts on Joe Biden leading the U.S. at 81 years old? I mean, it's very similar in Japan too. Too old in the politics. Do you think there should be age limits for politicians? That's a hard question. Do you expect Biden or Trump to win the upcoming presidential election? What do you make of the claim that being President of the United States is the world's toughest job? Can you think of a more difficult job? That can be more. How closely have you followed the wars in Ukraine and Gaza? Further discussion. How much confidence do you have in your country's current government? Do you imagine most people feel that way? Which issues are most important to you when deciding who to vote for? Do you think it should be mandatory to vote in every election? Who would you say are the most disliked politicians in your country? You ask that? The best argument against democracy is a 5 minute conversation with the average voter. Winston Churchill. That's cool. What do you think Churchill meant by this? I don't know clearly, but it sounds very cool.